Hello, hi everyone. I'm check. I need to check if my audio is working. For those of you who are already inside, let me just quickly check. Hey, hi Rose. Hi, hi, Emeline. It's been a while. Hi, Riri. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna start in few minutes. But before that, before I introduce you to our guest today, I'm so excited because this is going to be our first episode. Yes, our first episode for the Create Your Own Freedom series. And I've missed this so much, like hosting this kind of show. And this is for us. Hi, Dang. This is for us to put a spotlight on the different coaches and expertise that we have around the world. So I've been in the coaching industry for about a year now, and it's amazing how many people are how the coaching industry is now really growing, and it's inspiring to see a lot of people getting more into coaching. But if you're not into this path as well, you can learn a lot just by listening to our guests. There will be more after on, but basically their expertise is really inspiring. I am a big believer of coaching because I've seen transformations happen for the past year that I've been coaching, transformations even for myself because I also got a coach. But all these people has, something to say, and they are here. I'm bringing them here on the show so that we can put a spotlight on their expertise, and maybe that's a sign that you're waiting for. Whether, for this particular episode, we're going to talk about the future of remote work and how to get started with that. Right? So a lot of you guys, just say hello. Where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? Hi, Eve. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. All right. So again, this is our first episode for Create Your Own Freedom series, putting a spotlight on the expertise of coaches from around the world. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a fun and insightful conversation with our guests. And so without further ado, let me welcome our guest for today, which is Ron Tuch. So he's a blogger, internet marketer, and digital nomad who left his home in the US in 2016 to pursue the digital nomad lifestyle full time. So ladies and gentlemen who are here right now and you're working remotely, or maybe you're still in your 9 to 5 but want to pursue the digital nomad lifestyle, this is exactly for you. 5 years and 22 countries later, he's learned a thing or two about traveling and working remotely as a digital entrepreneur. And Ron is passionate about helping others succeed at their goal of lifestyle freedom, and his mission is to help you live and work from anywhere. Isn't that the dream? On your own terms. So let us welcome on the screen Ron. Hi, Ron.
Hey, how's it going, Susie? Thanks for having me.
Yes. So, okay, let me just, yeah, thank you so much for agreeing to be our first guest here. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to inspire a lot of people, especially me, because I've been wanting to do traveling myself and working full time with my own digital business. Okay, so we have a lot of guests right now commenting, and if you have questions, please, guys, let us know because we will read it later. If you have like a question, we will show it as well on the screen. So please just chime in the conversation. This will not be like a training. So please enjoy and have fun with us. All right, so Ron, I have so many questions for you, but I want to start with, because you started traveling and going full time in digital nomad, lifestyle 5 years ago. How was
Mhm.
life before that?
Okay, so here is the reason I decided to do this in the first place was the fact that I was in the US military. I had just got out. I was young. I didn't know what direction I wanted to go. And I was
Right.
doing the same thing I was doing, except for civilian companies. And I didn't feel that I had control over my life. I remember they would tell me that, okay, you're not allowed to have overtime, but then they would still be dropping, work on my desk at the end of the day and said it had to be done. It's like, okay, well, which one is it? Do you want me to do the work or do you not want to pay me? So
Okay.
I just really didn't feel in control any longer. And I started
Right.
looking for something, more, something that I can do from anywhere, but also
Right.
something that would allow me to make an impact on the world. I started with e-commerce, and that's what brought me to work fully remote starting in 2016. And I've been doing that ever since.
Wow, that's but how did the traveling come into the picture? Did you really I mean, were you traveling a lot before because of the work, or was that an interest?
So, sorry, you chopped up there for a second. Can you repeat the question?
Oh, okay. I mean, how did the traveling come into picture? I'm pretty sure a lot of the people are interested to know because in the
Right.
Philippines, right? Yeah, like everybody. I mean, a lot of people just wanted to travel. But how did that come to you?
Yeah.
Like, is it an interest even before, or is it coming from work?
Yeah, yeah. So even when I started looking for a business, I was specifically looking for a remote business. And the reason for
Right.
that is I was living in Miami at the time. And a friend of mine was like, oh, I just got back from this, digital nomad meetup. I was meeting with the digital nomads. And I was like, what the heck is that? And so he explained to me, it's basically any people that work from anywhere with just their laptop and access to the internet. And it really appealed to me. So I started researching the subculture of digital nomads. I started looking for how I can do this too. And
Yeah.
that way I can just get a one-way ticket and work from anywhere. So I started with an Amazon business, particularly because I had experience doing logistics and supply chain in the military.
Right.
So I used that as a kind of stepping stone, as a gateway,
Yeah.
so I can travel. That was what was funding my lifestyle at the time. So I just kind of dipped my toe in the water, and I'm from the US. I went to Canada, to the west coast of Canada. I'm from the east coast of the US. I started there for the first 4 months. And as I
Mm-hmm.
started, I made the decision already that I'm going to go no matter what, and I'm going to hold myself accountable. So the first thing I did was, when I got to Canada, I bought a one-way ticket to Chiang Mai, Thailand. And that way I was locked in. I
Wow.
couldn't go back. I couldn't change my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good decision. Like, okay, now I have no choice. I
Yeah,
have to stay
exactly.
here. Okay. You know what? This is really impressive because a lot of the people here are already working remotely. A lot of freelancers are coming from the Philippines. It's a huge industry right now. And now,
Hmm.
talking to you is like, I know this lifestyle is possible. Like, a lot of people are still
Yeah.
scared to do this, right? And this is also
Hmm.
one thing that I want to emphasize, that when the internet has opened massive opportunities to build your business online, and you can, just like Ron, like, you can build your business around your lifestyle and not the other way around. Do you agree?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a big, this is a key component because, yeah, a lot of people are saying, first, I need to be successful, then I'll worry about the rest of what I'm going to do. And so this is a big debate, the whole work-life balance debate. Some people are like, no, it doesn't exist. You must first, build your business. You need to work, work, work. But the reality is, and this is exactly something that I teach my clients to do, it's, you must first commit to creating your ideal lifestyle right from the start. And that includes the business you're going to build, your relationships, where you're going to live, what life will look for you, your hobbies, your activities, everything should be incorporated into that when you're setting your goals.
Yes, exactly. Especially if, some people are still on their 9 to 5 and wanting to quit. Before doing that, just really reflect what kind of life do you want to have after your 9 to 5, because you don't want to regret like after, like, oh no, this is not the kind of life I want. So try to really envision what, if this is really what you want. So what is the kind of lifestyle, even values that you want to highlight in the next phase of your life, because you don't want to regret this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Ron, you will tell your story about this, but I'm pretty sure that it's not easy to start. So let me ask you that, like, how did you start doing it exactly? Aside from the Amazon, so how, what was the success story? What was the turning point that you feel like, okay, this is something that I really want to do?
So you're saying the question is, what made me commit to this and decide to pursue it over the long term?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So I'll tell you, most people in life are so locked into what they're taught, and we generally just follow what we're taught to do. Go to school, get a good job, work a 9 to 5, retire at 65, get married, have kids, rinse and repeat. And so I never really bought into this reality because I wanted to have the ability to think for myself. And I just kind of didn't feel, I felt that American culture in particular was starting to be too self-serving for me, and I needed something like a community around me. That was number one, especially somebody that was in the military. As soon as I got out, maybe 2 years after, I really felt kind of alone, so I wanted to pursue, not only that, I've always been an entrepreneur, I've always been ambitious, I wanted to pursue something. So I didn't even have to go, you don't even have to go so far from home to realize this, right? Yeah. So when I first went to Vancouver in Canada, I'm from South Florida, so even though it's not so far away, I mean, yes, it's another country, it's on another coast, but at the time, I was meeting people from Germany, from South Korea, from the Philippines, right? From the UK, from Australia. I made a ton of friends there. And just that melting pot of different people and it's different because in Miami, we have a huge melting pot as well. But I felt more like there was a big group of friends there. I felt we encouraged each other. There was a lot of other entrepreneurs there. And I felt like I was in this euphoric state. I was like, wow, this is what life could be like on the other side. And like I told you, I had already bought my ticket. So as I started...
One-way ticket.
Yeah, that's right. And as I started building my business, it slowly... started getting more and more success, and then I wasn't worried about chasing a goal anymore or achieving a certain financial level, because sometimes people get fixated on the next goal and the next goal and the next goal, and they just forget to live life, right? So I really felt I guess empowered to continue that journey, and so much so that I wanted to teach other people how that they can do the same thing, because there's so many people struggling, frustrated with their job, feeling like they're stuck, that they can never get ahead. And the answer might not be something that you have been taught, or it might take, it might require you thinking outside the box. So I want to help people make that transition to go from maybe 9-to-5 job, or maybe frustrated, or just trying to get ahead in business and in life, and help them make that jump and take that leap of faith to being able to, have a revenue generating business that they can work from anywhere in the world.
Right. Because it's not going to happen overnight. And the reason why we're doing this conversation is that so we can normalize this. There are people like Ron doing this. There are people like me, like I can also work from anywhere. So definitely this is something that is doable, but you have to do the hard work. So let's talk about Red Pill Rebellion. So what was the vision behind this? And it is a personal brand of yours. And what is your mission here?
So here's the thing with Red Pill Rebellion, right? It's that if you've ever seen the movie The Matrix, it's really just a reference from The Matrix. Because again, you take the red pill, you take the blue pill, and in that movie he says, if you take the red pill, all I'm offering you is the truth. So the thing about that is this: a lot of people we go to school, which are college, public school. Everything is typically a government-run institution, and the governments want us to buy into capitalism. Why? Because they want to tax you. They want you to keep reproducing. They want you to buy property because it helps them keep the economy strong over the long term. But if you can actually break free from what we're told and find a better way, they don't teach you how to be a business owner in school. They give you theories and concepts, but you're not getting real life experience. They don't teach you how to build wealth. They don't teach you that you can choose to work from anywhere, in today's modern society. We have not modernized the school system and what we're teaching our kids and grandkids so that they can go and make something of themselves. Instead, we're teaching people how to be cookie cutter and how to fall into a mold, right? So the idea here is that if you can break free from that, right, and you can, it's essentially I'm offering people an alternate path to success. So you don't have to, my old tagline used to be break free from societal thinking, build a business, and travel the world, because that's what I want people to do. I don't want you to get sucked into what everybody else is going to do or what you have to do or the typical recipe for success. I want you to be able to break free and think on your own 2 feet and be independent and build something on your own and figure it out along the way. And that's the goal of Red Pill Rebellion, is to help people do just that.
Wow, that's impressive. You know what? I can totally relate with this, especially that in the Philippines, you are like it's very uncommon for you to pursue entrepreneurship or business because everybody would say, oh, you have to go abroad, you have to go abroad, earn dollars, go to US and earn more money, or you need to be promoted in order for you to get more money. So nobody, even I came from business school and I'm really proud of my school. But then again, just like what you said, 90% of the things that they're teaching in business school is actually not about business, but all about being promoted or going to corporate, being promoted in the corporate ladder. This is basically what we are encouraging here. Like, there are so many paths to success. There are 1 million ways to make money. You just need to be creative. You just need to be resourceful. You need to think outside the box, right?
Well, yeah, you said so much with that right there. I mean, you're absolutely correct. Most people in the Philippines, in my experience, they're either pursuing hospitality or nursing. And if you really want to make money, you need to go outside of the Philippines to Dubai, the US. And this is what a lot of my Filipino friends are doing, right? But if you want to really achieve success, right? You're right. It's not that you need to, you don't have to follow that path. You can choose what you want to do. And like you said, there's 100 ways to be successful. The challenge is, don't focus on all of them at once. Focus on your one thing, right? And don't get distracted by that, because if you truly believe that you can achieve success in your endeavor and not get distracted by other opportunities, then it's inevitable that you will get there. It just takes, basically emotion, consistency, and a little bit of knowledge,
Yeah, totally agree. I just want to say hi to the people who are just tuning in. Like, hi, Marn, Michael, Liakor, and Mar. I don't know if you can see their comments.
I can.
Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. So please chime in the conversation. We would love to know what you think about what we're talking about. Because I don't know if you agree or not, but I hope you're enjoying the discussion. Okay, let me just go a little bit about your trip in the Philippines. Because I really want to know about this. So you spent here 8 months. How was the experience?
Yeah, it was great actually. So, interestingly enough, when I was in Thailand, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Imelda. Appreciate that. When I was in Thailand, uh, I my visa was about to expire. I was trying to figure out where to go, and at the time, I was supposed to be going to Vietnam. But one of my friends who I met in Thailand, who was a Filipino guy, um, he was from Oslo actually, and he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, you have to come to the Philippines. It's amazing, you know." And I was like, "All right." So I did a lot of research. A lot of my other friends had been there. I had some. I also had some people that were so. Quick backstory. Interestingly
Yeah.
enough, the guy when I was in Thailand that basically convinced me to start a blog when I was in e-commerce, he was a French guy living in the Philippines. And he was
Ooh.
there doing a visa run. Basically, he needed to leave the Philippines, get another visa back in, and he was there for a few weeks in Thailand. And he was like, "No, I love the Philippines. You have to go." We became friends. He was an affiliate marketer. And so I was like, all right, everybody's telling me to go. So I went, and I realized at the time that you did not have to leave the Philippines physically, because you can extend your visa while in the country for up to 2 years without leaving. So I was like, oh, great.
Yeah.
So even when I left, I didn't want to leave. There's so much to see and do in the Philippines, and the people are so friendly. And like I said, some of my closest friends are, still living there, both digital nomads and expats, as well as, my
Yeah.
Filipino friends. So it was an amazing experience. I love it. It's one of my favorite countries, and I'm sure I'll be back there someday.
It's so heartwarming to just listen to that. Just because I also have a business in the hospitality industry, and well, you've been to Siargao. You mentioned earlier at the backstage.
Hmm.
How was your experience there?
It was great. I actually went, there was like 14 of us there. I think we stayed in like
Wow.
Buddha Surf or something like that. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I am.
yeah, yeah. So I went there, and we were all it was just fun because, like I said, I told you earlier, when I lived there, I was going between Manila and Cebu. And so
Right.
in between, we would take these trips to other places, So
Right.
like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I've been all over the Philippines. I've been to Siargao, I've been to Oslo, I've been to Davao, I've been to, everywhere really. So um, I even went to Hinatuan. I've been to like all these places.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy. I
yeah, yeah.
mean, the number of cities you've been to is more than my list.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I was going with
Yeah.
like my really close friends there, and so it was like me, two French guys who had like Filipina girlfriends, and then like everybody else was like all local. And so they
Yeah.
took us, and we went to Siargao, and we did everything there. We saw things, we hung out, we socialized, we went through the caves, we ate at the nice restaurants there, and we were playing card games at night just for fun.
Yeah.
It was really good experience. And so my friend, who I also helped him, create a blog. He's Filipino, and
Nice.
he wrote something saying like, Siargao is not just for surfing. There's lots of stuff you can do there.
Yes, yes, for sure. So this
Yeah.
is like my free promotion. So guys, please go to Sinag Hostel when you go to Siargao. Okay, and I'm looking forward to you get back here, Ron.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's still so many places to see here in the Philippines, and you can stay
Yeah.
longer in Siargao. I hope the internet works though, because right now it's really shitty. But
Yeah,
speaking
that's
of
true.
that, yeah, I want to know about the blogging, because you told me like you've kind of taught a lot of people along the way on how to do the internet marketing or blogging, because everyone can start with this. So let's go to the business side. How
Yeah.
can you tell more about it?
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that it doesn't happen overnight, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so this is so true because a lot of people have this mindset like, I need to get there right now. I got to get out of my situation. But you got to, I always tell people that a job might be a necessary evil, a necessary milestone that funds. You have to look at it like they're helping you invest in yourself. They're funding your
Right.
lifestyle. And if you take that and reinvest it to learn, to better yourself, to build a business, to improve, then, you just have to set realistic timelines to when you can achieve, your level of success or your ideal lifestyle. So blogging, really creating content online that generates revenue is a perfect way to do that. You can do it using social media. You can become a coach. And even if you become a coach, you still need a blog, a podcast, a YouTube
That's
channel,
true.
right? You have to
Yeah.
create content. So my expertise as an internet marketer in digital marketing and creating funnels is to help people do that. But I always tell people that if you're going to do this and become a digital nomad and live this lifestyle, you need two things. One, you need a monetizable skill set that you can start earning revenue with. And if you don't have that, then you can start learning. I say you can earn while you learn, right? And number
Yeah,
two
for sure.
is you want to have a financial plan. You want to be financially prepared, maybe have a savings to fall back on. So when I left the US for the first time, I didn't have very much money, but I had the skills that I had developed both from the military, from being in business for, quite a few years. And I was able to leverage that to earn anywhere I was, especially with an e-commerce business, because this is kind of taking the experience I already had in order to generate revenue and fund my lifestyle. So if you want to do it, it's very possible. It doesn't take too long. Even, I would say realistically within 12 to 18 months, you can be living a free and flexible lifestyle from anywhere you want. And be financially free where you are your own boss and setting the rules, and it's not just about setting the rules. It's about really like, what do you really want to achieve? Because once you hit whatever that goal is, you have to think about what's next. And, it's all about planning and consistency and making the right smart strategic moves in order to get there. And this is exactly what we're teaching our clients to do in the Launch Your Lifestyle program.
Yeah, that is so cool. You mentioned like you can earn while you learn. I just want to mention that Ron and I met in Postgram Academy, so that's basically our coaching course. And I am basically earning while still learning because I'm still learning a lot from that coaching course. But then I am already applying it. Actually, the key might be you really have to execute it right away, right? Because you don't want to wait until it's done. I think it's like you're completely done with the course. You want to execute right away and then see the results as fast as you can.
Yeah, and the trick is you want to get it right away, but you also don't want to go so fast that you trip over your feet and you're not sure what you're doing. So it's about gathering the data, digesting it, and applying it in a timely manner. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Totally, good to highlight that because, everything that we're doing as a coach, by the way, guys, people who are interested to become a coach as well, everything is being validated. There has to be a period where you have to test your program before you even launch it. Otherwise, you would be, too confident and maybe you will fail because you're not listening to your audience. So it's just the basic thing about marketing. It's just basic thing about creating a business as well. So always validate your whatever product or service you're working on. Okay, so I assume that it's not just about blogging, but it's also different streams of income for you. I mean, it's just my assumption, but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's funny because my parent company is actually called MSI Industries, which stands for Multiple Streams of Income.
I didn't know that. See?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me more about it. Like, what are the possibilities? Because when people think about remote work, and sometimes the people think, I have to be an influencer. Okay, that's one path. But what are the other things? What are the other ways where people can earn something?
Okay, so I'm a little biased because I started out blogging, but to be
That's
honest,
totally fine.
I really started. So I could tell you the most common um, digital nomad career paths, and it's web development, right? It's internet marketing. It's
Right.
a content business that allows you to create something around a central theme or topic is very, very important because it allows you to do something that you are passionate about, that you can learn,
Right.
that you can start to master this skill set. And you're then the kind of, you're creating the conversation around that. It's like when you go to the party and there's that one person in the room that's like talking about this like interesting thing and everybody's kind of drawn
Yeah.
to it. That's what your channel might be. And it could be
Yeah.
your YouTube channel. It could be a blog, a podcast, even social media. And yes, not everything is about influencing. That's one way to
Yeah.
make money, but there are many others. In fact, I would say that's one of the most difficult ways. And my problem with people who are solely social media influencers is that there is a level of trust and loyalty and that you need to build with your audience. And if you're
Yeah.
only just taking paid sponsored posts, you're kind of like, it's hard to build trust in somebody that every post is, hashtag ad or all opinions are my
Yeah.
own. It's like, how can I believe what you said when everything you're promoting is being paid? You need to share your genuine message and be authentic with people. And and you can do that and earn an income at the same time. It is a win-win. And
Yeah.
as far as multiple streams of income, that's why I believe in you can build a coaching business. You can create affiliate marketing channels through your blog, podcasts, or YouTube channel. You can
Yeah.
take on advertising revenue when the time is right. And if you're doing all of these things and you're creating these streams of income, you can then create systems that will do the heavy lifting for you, right? This is where productivity and time management comes in. And then kind of
Right.
remove yourself, let the system do that work, and reinvest to other paths of building wealth, like maybe real estate, or like, for example, you starting the hostel. That's a really smart way to take something from what you're already earning and reinvest and still make a greater impact on the world.
Right. Right. And this is something that you also teach inside your program.
Correct. Yeah, I'm teaching basically, again, it's all about content, generating content around a central topic or theme that you love, and helping people and monetizing that content. And again, it's a win-win. And you can do this from anywhere. You can do it from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. For sure.
And the key is to create the system that will allow you to not burn out and overwork. That's a
Yeah.
key component.
Yeah, because the last thing you want is, getting out of your 9 to 5 to have another job. So you are building a business here. So digital business, it means that you have to have systems in place. You have to maybe build a team. So that is also part of your system. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I mean, it's, I always tell people, build a business, not a job,
Ah, see, we're on sync. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about the coaching business? So now I want to know, like, why did you get started in coaching? Because coaching is not for everyone. I know a lot of people. There are some students. I see some students, my students here, and I always say, like, this is definitely an advocacy, because you have to have the genuine passion or interest to help other people with, because some people, they just love doing their own thing, like being expert on their own stuff, but they don't like teaching or coaching. So how did you get into this, aside from the Bossagram Academy? I don't know how Vanessa influenced you.
So, yeah. So you just cut out for a second. Can you repeat the very last thing you said again? Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, why did you start to do coaching business? Because I was saying earlier that coaching is not for everyone, so it's definitely one of the things like you can consider as a good stream of income. It's really good a stream of income because the coaching industry is growing right now, and knowledge is really valuable
Yeah.
for a lot of people. So how did you get started with this, and yeah, what triggered this?
Okay, so first of all, I made the decision already to. So I've done coaching before in another industry, but I wasn't
Oh,
like an
nice.
official coach where I was going through the channels and you know, I started just by helping some friends that needed some help, really.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
in the military, I used to train people. I used to do this stuff, and for me, I find it very fulfilling helping somebody break something down that they don't quite understand and explain it to them in
Yeah.
a way where they can make those incremental steps until they achieve their goal or, you know, whatever they're trying to achieve. As far as how I got into coaching for this,
Yeah.
as a blogger in the beginning, I made the critical mistake of creating content just for the sake of creating content and just assuming that the traffic will come and everything will, you know, I'll start making money eventually. I just need to keep writing. I need to keep, you know, producing episodes. I need to keep creating, you know, video content. This is what people tell themselves. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you need to know first what your offer is. Once you
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
actually, even before that, first you need to know who is your ideal audience and what are their problems and what problems
Yes.
are they trying to solve. Then you need to
Mm-hmm.
create an offer that is the solution to that problem, that solves that problem for them and helps them make that transition. Once you've done that, then you can start creating the sequences and funnels that allow them to realize that there's a solution for them and that you have the answer and that they can work with you. Then you can go, so you basically have to backwards rationalize it. Then you start
Yeah.
creating content. But
Yeah.
I was doing it backwards for so long, and as I slowly started to learn and master my, um, as I started to slowly learn and master the process, it became clear to me. So, for example, for me, my audience is anybody, or my audience is anybody who is looking to achieve a digital nomad lifestyle, and
Mm-hmm.
their problem is maybe they're frustrated with their 9 to 5 job. Maybe they're
Right.
stuck at this point in life and they're not making enough money to survive, or they feel like they could be doing something bigger than themselves or be doing something more. Maybe they're meant for more, right? Or maybe
Yeah.
they just don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable with the culture in their home country. It could be
Right.
any combination of these things. But the solution to that problem, right, for me,
Mm-hmm.
is creating content and starting a content marketing business around a topic. So, for example, if your expertise is, I don't know, martial arts, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you can start a blog that is around that topic or theme, or maybe it's video
Right.
games or whatever. You can do any of this stuff from any country in the world that has access to the internet. So,
Mm-hmm.
my coaching program, the Launch Your Lifestyle Digital Nomad program, it allows me to use content creation as a vehicle and
Mm-hmm.
use that vehicle to help people achieve the location independent lifestyle that they may be seeking.
Right. Right. It's good that you've highlighted that because, FYI, for the people who are listening, when you're a coach, I would say like 90% of the time you are creating content as well. So you are basically a content creator. So, and a lot of people have this misconception that coaching is just about speaking. It's about, just talking to the people, but it's kind of far from that. It's a lot of content, and also because when you put yourself out there, people have to know what you are speaking about, like what is your expertise. So you really have to build your content around what you love. So it's good that you pointed that out. And I want to know about the program. So you're running the beta right now, and at the backstage, like we've talked about, like one successful beta client.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me?
Uh, yeah, you're It's a little choppy. You said we were talking backstage, and go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking backstage about your beta client,
Uh-huh.
and he or she is now in Japan. Can you tell me more about it? Like, how was the process with her?
Okay, so she had already made the decision from the beginning that she was already moving to Canada from Japan, and she
Mm-hmm.
had started a blog, and she's kind of in the beginning stages. And we've really been able to make a huge transition for her to where, first of all, English is not her native language, and she's been able
Mm-hmm.
to write successfully. She's improving her writing style, her copywriting, how to connect with the audience when creating an offer and making sales, to the point where she's now able to do it as somebody that it's not their first language, and they're appealing to a Canadian and basically a North American audience. And she's getting ready to move in less than 2 months. So I think it's been a great experience, and it's what made me decide to offer creating content as the vehicle to achieve your digital nomad lifestyle. It's been really a great experience.
That's huge. Oh my God. Congratulations for that. I think this is a really good path that you're taking. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you listening right now are interested and inspired to get into digital nomad lifestyle as well. But I want to know your questions, please. For those who are still tuning in here, please. Ron is here to answer your question about content marketing or anything about the digital nomad lifestyle. So, I just have last few questions. What would you advise to all those people who wanted to get started with digital nomad and building online business?
I would say this. First of all, I believe in today's day and age that video is definitely the way to go, but really any
Mm,
platform for content creation um, is it's ideal. I mean, even this, you know, this live that we're doing now, it gives
right.
people access to information that they can follow the path. And we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about schooling earlier, right? And
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you may be learning from somebody that hasn't even achieved what you're trying to learn, but wouldn't the best
Yeah.
possible way to get to a certain position in life that you're aspiring to be is to find and follow the path of somebody who's done it before you, you know? And
Totally agree. Yeah.
yeah, so this is really, I think content is really, it's huge now. As you said, coaching is like extremely increasing in popularity. But my
Mm-hmm.
advice is to just learn. Find something that
Yeah.
you're passionate about, uh, and even if it's not your strengths, but it's a good fit for your personality, and start um, mastering the platform that you want to push your content on, that you want to promote that type of lifestyle. For me, it's digital nomad lifestyle. For you, it
Yeah.
might be home cooking. It might be
Yeah.
it might be personal fitness. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but just focus on that one topic or central theme, and create these kind of subcategories that fall underneath that. For example, in my business, it's productivity, it's how to manage your time, it's how to overcome, maybe limiting beliefs and negative mindsets so you can achieve success. So if you fixate on that one thing and obsessively learn how to get better and better and start implementing it as soon as possible, then it's a matter of time. That's it. It's just doing it, taking the action. Don't talk about it, just do it.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. And it's good to highlight that people are like inside their homes right now, and especially I don't know in Montenegro or in Croatia, but right now in the Philippines we can't. We're still restricted in terms of traveling. So
Hmm.
you need to start with where you are and with what you have right now.
That's true.
You know, the
Hmm.
world doesn't need to open right away for you. You don't need to wait until the world opens again. You have the internet, you have the power. And from the past year I'm not a big believer before of internet. So can you believe that? Like when I was in Siargao, I was like, digital marketing, oh no, that's nothing. But when I started doing coaching, I realized that wow, this is so powerful. And the thing is, a lot of people still don't realize this. For those of you guys who are listening right now, a lot of people still don't know the massive opportunities in social media and digital platforms. Now I realize this. I'm an enlightened one.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the internet is rewarding authenticity. So if you just, go out there, show up, and talk about something that you love, it doesn't have to be influencing per se, but, you know, content that you find interesting yourself, but you can build a tribe from there. You can build a community from there. Would you agree, Ron?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, this is kind of the difference of being on the inside. It feels like the world is closed when you're in a country or in a place where everything is closed. We
Yeah.
left from the States that was on lockdown. We were there for 9 months. We couldn't get out because of the travel restrictions and a couple of other things. But I'm in Croatia right now, and it's not fully open, but we're still able to go to restaurants, and we're able to go to coffee shops, and we're still able to work outside and be in the beautiful sunshine and still have access to the internet and work online. And that's the beauty of digital nomad life, is blending, your passion and your work that you're doing is doing the work, and then having the ability to explore and discover new things while you're there. But even if you are on lockdown and the world seems closed off to you, I wouldn't even look at that as a downside, because the upside to that is that you have all the time in the world to, work on your craft and hone your craft,
Yeah.
and maybe even save money without
Yeah.
having to go out to, eat in bars and socialize. That costs money, right? But so you can save money and invest those savings into your business as you start to, master your craft and then implement that. And to be honest, if I wasn't locked down for so long, I wouldn't have even made the decision to start this coaching program and make an impact on other people's lives. So, it's a blessing in disguise.
Oh my God, same, totally. I wouldn't really discover this before
Mhm.
pandemic. So now it opened a lot of opportunities for me, and I think Ron can agree with this, that it's really fulfilling to do coaching,
Mhm.
especially that when you see people like win and just overcome their limiting beliefs. It's so fulfilling. I don't know, but this is really like, I'm gonna go big with this because I know it makes me feel good, and I see people winning, and that's huge.
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to take on the mindset that if you're, this is going to sound very, deep here, but if your purpose in life is to serve other people outside of yourself, and you make it about them, then the money that comes as a result of that, it's just an added bonus, because A, you feel so fulfilled, and B, now if that's truly your purpose and you've defined that and you understand that, then it is your job. You owe it to those people. You're obligated to go out there and learn what you need to learn, because the people who you have not yet met that need you are waiting for you to get there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
So now my next question would be, what would you advise to the people who are just getting started as a coach? I know we're still relatively starting, but we've been, through beta clients, but what would
Mhm.
you want to say to them?
I would say don't overthink it, because so many people get stuck with analysis paralysis and trying to figure out what to do. For example, I just gave you, my transition where I was taking pretty much any client, as opposed to that didn't really know what their vehicle was, as opposed to
Right.
niching down
Yeah.
to, creating content. And through that discovery, I could have said, oh, I have to redo this and redo that and take the time. But I really just made this decision, a couple days ago, really. And now here we are. And, I'm working with, right now, I've got 6 beta clients. We're getting near to the end of the program. We're getting ready to launch the next 45 to 60 days. And, just don't overthink it. Don't get stuck. And once you get stuck, it really takes away from you moving forward, because then you go down another rabbit hole and you're like, oh, then I got to figure out this and I got to figure out that. And it creates procrastination. And I really think that, this is just a form of fear. And so just take action, do it. And then, then come join me in the digital nomad lifestyle.
That's a good segue. It's really resonating with me because I'm a perfectionist. I just realized that, and before going through our coaching course, it was like, okay, I have to pick the perfect font size or the perfect font or the perfect color. You don't need to overthink a lot of things. Like just go for it. Just take the next best step. That's it. Please introduce your program. I want to know more, or maybe people would be interested to know more about it.
Yeah, sure. So again, I'm helping people build a digital nomad lifestyle through content creation and using that content to build a revenue generating business that they could work from anywhere in the world. So if that's something that interests you, just DM me, get in contact with me. It's at red_pill_ron on Instagram, or you can just go to my website, redpillrebellion.com. Right, or my Facebook page. I'm always happy to help. If somebody has a question and they just need direction, even if we don't work together, I really just want people to take ownership of their lives. Because if you are doing something that's trading time for dollars, or you're showing up to something that you don't care about, you're not passionate about, then you are really not being authentic to yourself. And I understand that, sometimes it's a necessary step to get to where you need to go, but you owe it to yourself to do what you love, to do what you want to do, and earn a income through that. Because, we only live life once, from what I know. And you might as well do what you love.
Totally agree. And I'm flashing. Wait, let me just flash your contacts again in case there will be some questions about it. I will take up that offer. I will definitely ask some questions later on. But
For sure.
just for everyone, how do you? I know we've been talking for the past 50 minutes about this, but how do you define freedom?
Okay, so it's exactly what I just said. If freedom is all about really creating that feeling of freedom and flexibility and being in control of your life. And so many people are A, concerned with what other people think about them, or B, they're doing something that doesn't feel in alignment with who they are. And if you're doing something, a job, you're in a relationship, you're living somewhere, anything that doesn't feel genuine and authentic to you, then you need to make a change. And it's not about what other people think about you. It's about being true to who you are and giving yourself what you deserve, a life that you deserve. That's what freedom means to me. It's about flexibility. It's about doing what you love. And it's about, being true to yourself. That's really it.
Oh, thank you so much, Ron. This has been a really, really good conversation. I really want to continue, but we only have an hour for this.
Yeah.
Please, guys, if you have questions, I still have a few minutes of talking, but please join in on the conversation, or tell us your key takeaways from this discussion. And if you have questions, please, right now, just before we end. So you guys, please visit the www.redpillrebellion.com. Is the landing page already there for the launch for your program?
It's not, because
Okay.
because we're still kind of first of all shifting, and we're closing out beta. So
Cool.
if
Okay.
you're interested or you have questions, then I would say go to my website and sign up for my email list, and there will be an option for you to get notified when we're ready. But other than that, shoot me a question, shoot me an email. I'm always happy to help.
Ah, okay. Dan here, who is one of my students right now, thank you for sharing your thoughts freely. You guys have inspired me to continue on the path towards becoming a coach. Thank you so much, Dan, for
That's
joining
awesome.
us. And you here doing what you love and being true to yourself. Absolutely. I love you guys. You're so active. Okay, amazing topic. Thank you for sharing this. Yes. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining this conversation. Thank you so much, Ron, for sparing your time. I know you have to go to the gym after this,
Yep, exactly.
but yeah, one last question because I know a lot of people are asking me about this offline. Okay, because you mentioned earlier that people tend to spread themselves too thinly when it comes to content marketing because
Yes.
there are so many platforms right now. You have TikTok, you have YouTube, you have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. So how do you know which platform should you choose? Am I supposed to choose one? Am I supposed to choose two? Or am I supposed to be everywhere? Yeah.
So, okay. First of all, that's a really good question. Um, the first thing I would do is in your market research, ask your ideal client, where do they hang out? Because you want to be going to the place where your ideal client is hanging out. And for you and me, it might be Instagram, right? I also know that so my ideal audience is between the ages of, generally speaking, between the ages of 25 to 44. Does that mean I can only talk to those people? No, absolutely not. I can take anybody that we're a good fit to work together and I can help them achieve their goal. The thing
Right.
about it is, though, you don't want to do them all at once. So if you're mastering, it's again the idea of the one thing. And if you haven't read the book The One Thing by Gary Keller, I highly
I
recommend it.
haven't read it.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
I will. I will.
yeah. You want to focus on one thing at a time. Now, I call this, you want to go vertical, not horizontal. And the reason I say that
Right.
is you want to focus on, so if you're understanding and mastering Instagram, maybe you go deep on that and build
Right.
that. And then when you've created the system that allows that to be sustainable and it's able to be maintained automatically or with minimal effort, then you can then shift to the next platform and learn that and repeat the process. And eventually you can remove yourself to where you're everywhere you need to be, but without, burning yourself out. That's the way that I would do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So becoming more specialist on one platform first before moving on to another.
Yeah, you can do that. Now, there's some things that you just have to do simultaneously. Like I tell everybody from the very beginning, if you're going to create content, you need to have an opt-in, you need to have an email, and you need to have something of value that people would want. For example, I'm doing two things. I'm teaching people how to create a digital nomad lifestyle and how to create content. So I
Right.
have two major lead magnets. One is how to go from 9 to 5 job to location independent entrepreneur. I have a step-by-step guide for that. And I also have, how to turn, content generation into a side hustle that pays cash, which obviously
Right.
can eventually become a full-time gig. So
Mm-hmm,
those are
mm-hmm.
things that people would be interested in knowing and that you need to build. So email needs to be there from the start. You need to pick your platforms and you need to actually create the content itself. So
Mm-hmm.
just don't go so deep and get overwhelmed on what you're doing. This is again why one of the main components of our program is the productivity piece, because so easy to get distracted in today's day and age.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I second you on that because a lot of people get overwhelmed. Even though you have the strategies in place, even though there's like a step by step process there, if your mindset or your system is not ready to accept that, then it's gonna be, it's gonna be a disaster. So you need to know this, personal system, even the system on the internet, the tools that you can use in order for
Mhm.
you to scale. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Michael said here, I got new idea from both of you. I hope you can share that idea.
Great.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for your insights, cultivating authenticity. That's right.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
And
and
Eve.
I'm so happy that everybody's getting value from this. This is the most important thing, because this is what you want to pass on to your own clients. You know, you want to offer your insights, and everybody is an expert at something or is a little bit further ahead than somebody that might be trying to get to where you are.
Yes, exactly. Which is why, thank you, Eve. Great share, Ron. So I hope you learned a lot from Ron. And if you're interested, for the Filipinos out there who are listening, if you're interested to become a coach, I also have my program. So that's Impact Freedom Program for the Filipino coaches, where I teach you how to create your own program and how to also build content, but specifically for coaching. Okay, so if you want to go further with the blogging and the internet marketing, your guy is Ron. So again, thank you so much. I'm flashing again your contacts. So thank you all so much for a very engaging audience. That was really nice, and this is a really refreshing conversation. I haven't done this in such a long time. Thank you so much, Ron.
Yeah, thank you, Susie. I really appreciate you having me, and yeah.
Yes.
I hope everybody takes value from this. So thank you, and salamat.
Oh my God! Yeah, we almost forgot the words in Filipino that aside from salamat, what else?
Oh, I probably can't say half of them online, but
I knew it. Someone taught you the curse.
Yeah, of course. No, but I know kamutika, salamat. Yeah. I used to know a lot more, but it's been a while.
Yeah, you can always, the Philippines will be open one day, and you can always come back, and I will teach you more Filipino words. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so again, thank you so much, Rod. I hate to end this webinar because this is so insightful, even for me, and I'm pretty sure for the audience as well. I think everybody's just, racking their brain right now, like, what is the next step for me? So thank you for inspiring this audience, and your story is really amazing and inspiring, and I hope to see you one day anywhere here in the Philippines or somewhere around the world, probably, because I'm going to do digital nomad as well.
For sure. I want to see you in a retreat in Europe or Latin America somewhere.
Oh, yes. Okay, so with that, let me end this conversation right now. But again, you can continue the conversation on our Facebook pages, on Instagram, and yeah, just live your best life, choose your passion, and go big in it. So thank you all so much. Have a good afternoon. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.